Hello Pisces, thank you for joining me on This Is Not Legal Advice. I am your host TINLA, and this is going to be your June of 2026 reading. So let's take a look at what the general vibe is with you, how you're feeling in June of 2026. What energy, spirit are my Pisces friends in for June of 26? Thank you. We have the spider. All right, let's take a look. Spider. All right. Please, while I'm looking this up, like, subscribe, share, etc., etc. Thank you for joining me. Leave a comment. I love to hear what you all have to say. Okay. And by the way, whenever this reading finds you is the right time. So even though I'm reading for June of 26, that doesn't mean that it's limited to that. Oh my goodness. There we go. Creator of prosperity through life's work, Dharma. The spider is an ingenious creator. Its greatest gift is weaving the thread of Dharma into a vast, intricate web that supports the spider and those around it, both financially and spiritually. It is hard work, but the spider neither tires nor becomes impatient. This card reminds us creativity is everywhere. Be process-oriented rather than results-oriented, and soon your work becomes like the weaving of a magical, priceless tapestry. Abundance follows. When in balance, appreciative, enthusiastic, and prosperous. When out of balance, discouraged, tired, and forlorn. And to bring into balance, playful creativity. Okay, so tap into your creative side is what I'm feeling there. And let's see what this is specifically, or more specifically, targeted at in terms of the theme for June of 2026. All right, so for my Pisces folks, what is the theme? What is going to be the focus of their June of 2026, or where would they find this? All right, we have the 11th house. So let's take a look. What is in the 11th house? It is House of Community, Friendship, and Hope, associated with Aquarius and Uranus. The 11th house provides us with a space to explore friendship and community in a hopeful and intellectual manner. In this house, we join with other people to make our communal dreams come true. Here, the goals and vision of the group are achieved through cooperation and teamwork. Ideally, this collaboration occurs across a group of people who are able to satisfy their own individual goals within the collective. When this card appears in your reading, you should ask yourself about the communities you are part of. What type of friendships are you building? Are your communities supporting your connection with the highest self? And what are you giving back to society? So it seems like you're going to be able to use, at least in June of 26, Pisces, your natural creative sense of self to help others. So let's see. Let's talk about that a little bit further. What's going on in life, love, and career for Pisces? What is going on with their life, for example, to start with Pisces, please, Spirit? All right, show me the general life experience. Thank you. 8 of Wands. So we've got some communication coming in, some action. And we've got the 6 of Wands, and the 9 of Wands. Okay. So what this is telling me is that, first of all, with all these wands, you got a lot of action. Things are happening. So to the extent that you maybe have felt very stagnant lately, like things are not going anywhere, you're going to start to see some movement in your life. You're going to see, there's like a sense of optimism and success that you're going to be having coming in here, but also struggle. So even though there will be some good news in June and there will be some satisfaction in June, you're still not feeling like completely not run down. So what I'm getting here is get yourself some rest, rely on your community. By getting that rest, you'll be in your most creative energy. You'll be at your best self. You will get, like I said, a hint of satisfaction, of happiness with what you've been working on, but you're still pretty beaten down because it's been a long journey. So show me with love specifically, what is going on with love with Pisces? The Fool. Okay, and we have the 10 of Wands and the Chariot. Okay, so first of all, with the Fool, like that's, oh my goodness. You're literally and figuratively jumping off the cliff here. So with the Fool, I just want to take a look at that. It looks like the little snake thing in Beetlejuice. So I don't know, maybe that means something to you, but it's like you are taking that chance on love again, even though you've been burdened and hurt by it, because there's something coming in for you in the way of love. A prince or princess charming. Can you get some clarification on what's coming in for the Chariot, please? What's coming in with the Chariot, please? Okay. The Tower in reverse and the Nine of Pentacles. So it's almost like you're falling in love with yourself. The Tower in reverse says to me that there's not a lot of change going on. And the Nine of Pentacles is like beautiful single person energy. So it's like you've been hurt in the past. You're willing to take a chance. But at this point, you know, you're finding stability and happiness in who you are as a person. And that's kind of what's coming to the forefront in your mind is, you know, you're sending out signals. You're open, you're willing, you're ready to like try again. But despite the burdens you've been through in love, but right now in June of 26, you're just finding that stability in yourself. And that's beautiful. In career, we have the Two of Pentacles, excuse me, the Two of Wands, the Hanged Man, or Hanged Person, or whatever. Hold on. Your cards keep falling to the floor. It's almost like you don't want to hear me. The Sun and the Star. So in your career, you have some options in front of you. You're maybe considering changing your career, maybe looking for another job. You're applying for some new things or taking on maybe some new responsibilities at your current job. With the Sun, like you have a great faith with the Star together that whatever it is you're doing in your career is going to be positive. It's going to have a positive outcome. So you're very optimistic. You're a very positive person, Pisces. But you are having a shift in your perspective. So whether that shift is like, I actually am happy with my career, so I'm just going to make the best of that, or you are diving headfirst into something new and different. Whatever it is, you feel like it's all kind of, the stars are aligning for you, where it's all going to work out. So Spirit, what is the advice for my Pisces folks as they go into June of 2026? Thank you. Seven of Wands, guard your heart, and Knight of Cups. So it's like somebody's going to be coming in to tempt you with an offer of love. And what you're being advised to do here is don't hesitate to take a chance on love when that comes in, but also hold your boundaries. Take care of yourself. Don't don't put yourself in a position where you just blindly believe what somebody says and you know, without them actually taking action and without loving yourself first. As we get to the end of June, beginning of July, what is the outcome sort of for my Pisces? Wow, you guys are falling all over the floor. We've got the Queen of Cups, which is a whole lot of screw you, TINLA. I'm going to do what I want to do. And if that person comes in and they're hot, I'm going to take a chance. All right, fine. You do you, boo. Look, another one on the floor. Unreal. Strength in reverse. You know, you want to be strong. You want to, you know, you're saying to me like, I wish I could do that. I wish I could just love myself. I wish I could be strong in myself. But you're not, you're telling me like, I don't know that I can do that. And listen, I'm not saying that that's bad. I'm not judging you. You know, everybody's different and I believe in you. You don't have to defend yourself to me by any stretch. But, you know, I would encourage you to look within, to, you know, really discover what it is you want, what you need, and what makes you great. Yeah, Queen of Wands, very much. Like, that is awesome energy. That is energy of somebody who's got, you know, his or her or their whatever thing going on. They are intuitive. They are, like, listening to who they are inside. They are not putting up with nonsense. They're almost magical in a sense. And so the energy I'm getting here is like, look, you do what you're going to do. No judgment. In fact, honestly, the more you stick to like your actual guns, if you will, on what it is you want, the better off you'll be. But just, you know, do yourself a favor. Take a little bit of rest for yourself. Take some time. You will actually find yourself happier if you just take a step back for like 2 seconds and really think about what it is that you want. I'm not saying don't, like, I'm a sucker for love. I love love, okay? I know you Pisces folk do too, okay? But, you know, temper yourself, okay? Bottom of the deck, temper yourself. Like, just take it slow, which I hate to say. It sounds obnoxious, and I know that. but make sure that this person that's coming in, whoever this is, you know, equal give and take, that they're not just taking from you, that they're not draining your energy, the energy you need to like build beautiful things in your future. And just make sure that they're actually doing right by you, okay, and your Nine of Pentacles beautiful self. So all that being said, again, with the Queen of Cups, by the way, that's the energy of somebody who's been through it and has healed and is cautious in who she opens her heart to. So again, irrespectively of gender or sex, you are wiser, and I think Spirit is imploring you to draw upon that wisdom from your experience. So that being said, I'll see you later. Have a great day.